विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ Verse 147 एतस्मात् किमिवेन्द्रजालमपरं यद्गर्भवासस्थितं रेतश्चेतति हस्तमस्तकपदप्रोद्भूतनानाङ्कुरं पर्यायेण शिशुत्वयौवनजरावेशैरनेकैवृतं पश्यत्यत्तीर्षणोति जिघ्रति तथा गच्छत्यथा गच्छति. Little better compared to yesterday in terms of pathanam. Anyway, so it says etasmat aparam indrajalam kim. So indrajalam, magic. Aparam indrajalam, other magic, other greater magic. So what greater magic do you want? As an example, other than the formation of this baby in the womb of a mother, that is the greatest magic of Ishvara, and that is the Maya. So etasmat means other than this birth of or the conception and the growth, we have to take everything, because he is going to tell that the growth of the body also. So growth of the formation of the body in the womb of a mother, etc. So other than that, what better magic you want? Means there is no other better magic. This is akshepa. This is not called question. There are two things, prashnaha and akshepaha. And prashnaha means really you want an answer, that there is some better magic which you have to describe, because he is asking you that what other better magic or greater magic do you have or do you want to see. So then you can say that this is a greater magic, but this is not expected here. So this is called akshepa, in which, there is no better magic. So answer will be only no or yes sometime. So that is called akshepa. So this is akshepa. And then it says, and what is that? Definitely, what is the magic? Why you are calling this as a greater magic? So then that's now description. Garbhavasa sthitam, yad garbhavasa sthitam retaha chetati. So basically, this dot of this Purusha Bija, retaha, or eggs, etc., or a sperm, is a very minute entity which has been transferred from the father into the womb of the mother, and that one dot in a few years becomes a complex human being. So retaha chetati. So this Purusha Bija is alive, and people definitely ask, when does it become alive, etc. In the third month of that after conception, or the fourth month, etc. These questions they keep on asking, but actually the life is already there. The Chidabhasa is there. So Chidabhasa is right there. Jiva, Chidabhasa means Jiva, that you know very well now. Jiva is right there in the Purusha Bija, and therefore that only. But Purusha Bija is not capable of manifesting that Chidabhasa or Jiva initially after conception. So it may take some time. But Swamiji, Chidabhasa also manifest and unmanifest? Yeah, that is how it is. what you called avyakta jiva, all this avyaktadini, bhutani, vyaktamadhyani, bharata. So jiva became sun manifest, and then jiva became manifest. Means what? Chidabhasa became sun manifest. Why unmanifest? Because the medium is unmanifest. Therefore, medium is all unmanifest, so jiva is unmanifest. Medium is manifest, then jiva is manifest. Chidabhasa is manifest. So that is how it is. So basically, Karana Sharira, which is avyakta, and therefore the Chidabhasa is associated with that Karana Sharira, which we call jiva alone. That is, well, definitely avyakta, unmanifest. And so same way, so that unmanifest jiva, well, definitely becomes manifest during that when it is in the womb of a mother. So and the wonder is, well, ultimately this Purusha Bija looks very, I mean, it's inert. It's just a bunch of certain chemicals, right? And so but it is a genes, whatever it is. A genes also may be a series of amino acids, or all these things. So ultimately all chemicals only. And that those chemicals which has no sign of eyes and ears and heart and lungs and kidney and fantastic creation comes out of this. And not just create this inert thing, inert body comes out, but the life comes out, which is not there in that inert chemical, a bunch of chemicals. So it's the greatest wonder. And so that is what is the line of discussion here. And there are other things in the world, well, they are also a bunch of chemicals, but then somehow they are not able to grow into this hands and legs and kidneys and etc. And not only that, they are not able to grow. Also, the life does not manifest. Like I was giving an example of a table. You can take any other example. Everything is ultimately a bunch of chemicals only. A wood also is a bunch of chemicals. And that is how it has been. I mean, these chemicals only in a certain combination turn into such a solid kind of a wood. Everything is all chemicals ultimately. And that's how that it's actually a wonder of a carbon. Whole thing is a wonder of a carbon. Whole. That's how they have everywhere they have word organic. Organic basically means generally. Here now they use organic in terms of they have used organic manure, etc. for growing vegetables or what. But generally organic means it is all carbon. All manifestation of carbon. If this is this body or any other thing, you will find it's all basically, it's a wonder of carbon basically. That's one of the element I'm saying. And then carbon, hydrogen and all these elements together, in different types of arrangements. That is the world, really speaking. Few things may be devoid of carbon, maybe like water, etc. But then most of the things which is this wonder of carbon. So ultimately all inert chemicals. So the one thing made up of carbon, this I'm going little in chemistry, but one thing made up of carbon and other thing made up of carbon. Both the things are made up of carbon. But one basically manifests the life, other does not manifest the life. So it's really wonder, And because this life is a really mystery. Why we are talking like this? Because life is a really mystery. The scientists also could not solve that. Anyway, and basically, so this bunch of chemicals, when they come through parents, definitely, they create a wonder. And the bunch of chemicals which are outside, they are not able to manifest into this very full-fledged, complex, a wonderful creation called body. At the same time, life also could not manifest. So, this is a wonder. Anyway, so that's how we say this etasmat aparam indrajalam kim. Aparam indrajalam kim. So, etasmat has to be connected with the aparam. Yat, and what is that? Yat garbhavasa sitam retaha chetati. Chetati means it is alive. And that that is said here. It has, and okay, what happens to that retaha? What happens to that human seed? Hastamastaka pada pradurbhuta. Gradually that retaha, which is a dot of chemicals, it emerges into hastamastaka pada pradurbhuta. Prodbhuta, I'm sorry. So all of them gradually prodbhuta means emerges in the form of this hasta, hands and head and feet and etc. Pada means feet. So and which does not happen in the case of other chemicals like table etc. Table does not, manifest. Table grows slowly and manifest into this form of a head and etc. All this, that doesn't happen. So table does not have that duplicating capacity, or this kind of capacity is not there. Whereas this human seed, which is also chemicals, has that capacity, and therefore, well, this happens because it's a mystery. Anyway, and not only then, this basically the chemicals means turn into this body, and then the cells are there, and cells are capable of multiplying, and in the table, well, it is not capable of multiplying. So how these differences come about is a biggest mystery even to the scientist. Anyway, so this and now this hasta mastaka pada prodbhuta nanankuram. So it seems from the seed, human seed or a male seed in a human being, turns into this full-fledged body, has been compared with a seed, another seed of a tree, which really sprouts into all these things. So basically, just as the sprouts of a tree gradually emerges, and emerges into what? Emerges into trunk, branch, leaves, right? All things come out from that. This is a question. We are just going to come. It's a question that how from a and the seed of a especially banyan tree. Anyway, I think I'm little diverting myself. I'm sorry. So let's finish this portion. It is, I think, coming in the later portion. So anyway, so well, all this, the seed of any tree basically emerges into this trunk, branch and leaves and everything, and simultaneously this Purusha Bija, that is also seed, and it emerges into the form of hands, legs and head, etc. And therefore the hands, etc. are compared to the sprouts of a tree. That's how it says here, nanankuram. Ankuraham is sprouts. So, and this is a very big word, let's break into proper, we have to do a samasa vigraha in this. So, hasta, mastaka, padarupaha, prodbhutaha, nana ankuraha, yasmin retasi, tad retaha, whole nana ankuram. Till then, you have to take. So, what it says is, hasta, mastaka, padarupaha, in the form of rupaha, in the form of hasta, mastaka, pada, in the form of hands, head and feet, prodbhutaha, emerged. So these all limbs of a body, they emerged, prodbhutaha, nana ankuraha, they are sprouts, many sprouts. Nana means many, they are many sprouts. Yasmin retasi, all these sprouts are there, all these limbs are there. Well, where? Retasi, in the human seed. And that's how we are saying this, all the limbs are called sprouts, because instead of a human seed, if it is a seed of a tree, then definitely that seed emerge out in the form of these varieties of the sprouts called trunk and leaves and everything. And therefore these limbs are compared with what? Sprouts. There it is a human seed, here there it is a seed of a tree, here it is a human seed. And and that is great wonder, that how, because you don't find, if you break that seed, you don't find anything, trunk and everything. And therefore, but that whole thing is packed there. Why do you say it is packed there? The logic I will give you later. So anyway, so basically ankuraha is a masculine word, but here it has turned to neuter, ankuram. Therefore, this is bahuri. This is bahuri samasa. Anyapada pradhanaha bahurihi, they call like that. Anyapada pradhana. Generally, words combine words combine in order to reveal a characteristic of another substantive. Like Pitambaraha. There is Lord Krishna. He is called Pitambaraha. So Pitam Ambaram Yasya Saha Pitambaraha. So one who has, Krishna's characteristic is that he used to have a Ambaram, a Vastram, which is yellow. especially the lower cloth. He used to wear a yellow dhoti or is called. So Pitambara, his name is Pitambara. One who has this cloth, yellow cloth, one who has, has I think a yellow cloth, etc. So Pitam word and Ambaram combined together in order to serve as an adjective for a third thing called Krishna. Anyapada Pradhana. The words which combine do not have a significance in themselves here. I mean, they don't want to reveal their own meaning. They are not combining in order to reveal their own meaning, but they combine together to reveal something else. So, Pitam and Ambaram combine together, well, in order to reveal the characteristic of a Krishna. And so, that is Anyapada Pradhana. And sometime in that case, since it works as an adjective, it always matches in term to the substantive in terms of a lingam, in terms of a gender. So Retaha is basically it's a neuter word, and therefore Ankuraha is basically it's a masculine word, but it is, you can see the samasa ends in Ankuram, and therefore that must be an adjective. This is a Bahuri compound, and it definitely is an adjective to the Retaha. Retaha is a neuter word. Retaha, Retasi, Retamsi. Whereas Ankuraha is a masculine word, but it has turned to neuter. Anything which is basically looks like which by default has a one gender, and when it combines with other words and turns to a other gender, you have to imagine immediately that it's a Bahuri. It works as an adjective for another thing. Clear? Is it clear to you? So basically here Hastamastaka pada prodbhutaha. So Hastamastaka pada rupaha prodbhutaha nana ankuraha yasmin retaha. In which human seed all these are there, and from there only they have emerged. Prodbhutaha, they have emerged, and so they are the like sprouts from which comes out from a seed of a tree. Anyway, so this is how it is. Okay. So initially, all these things happen, within the womb of a mother. Initially they all emerge in the womb of a mother, and the baby and then later also, once baby comes out, well, it grows further, all the limbs. And so, one more thing is the baby does not want to remain there, and even mother does not want to keep after some time, because to carry for 9 months is not is really a tough thing. Ishvara has given a tremendous strength to a woman while working. While working, she carries all this. It's really something unusual. Anyway, so without the will of a mother and without the will of the baby, well, at the appropriate time, the baby is brought out. And so all of them are inbuilt in the system of mother, not just human mother, any animal. So the contraction of the body, etc. has to take place, labor pain, etc. has to come, and then the child is just delivered without the will of a mother or without the will of even a child. Anyway, this all is Maya. So Bhagavan did not give a choice, to the baby or the mother. That's an inbuilt in all animals. Whoever are Jarayuja, you know that, Jarayuja. So basically, there are 4 types of, a jiva gets four types of bodies. So one is Andaja and Jarayuja, the birth, basically of 4 types of a jiva. One is this Jarayuja, Andaja, Udbija, Jarayuja, etc., and Svedaja. Anyway, so whether it is a human or elephant or a cow, well, the baby comes out, the body comes out, well, the jiva comes out. And well, after that what happens? That is also wonder. Well, thereafter also, after coming out, the baby has to grow, and sometimes this is a wonder. In fact, nowadays the children are taller than even their parents. So it says here, paryayena means paryaya means a sequence. Paryayena means sequentially. Sequentially, well, this jivatma is surrounded by various changes of a life. And what kind of changes? Shishutvam, Yauvanam, Jara, etc. Shishutvam. We can say babyhood. etc., or childhood, whatever. And Yauvanam, youth, Jara, old age, etc. And so all these are what? Veshaihi, they are all Veshaha. So they are all appearances. Vrutam, this jiva is surrounded by all these varieties of the changes, varieties of the appearances. And it's not one time business. Anekaihi vrutaihi. So he is surrounded by all these appearances again and again. And so anekaihi vrutaihi. Vrutam means you are surrounded by. Vrutam. And anekaihi vrutaihi. Well, so basically he is surrounded by varieties of the appearances again and again. Why? Because in every janma this thing is going to happen. So Jiva has been going through these Veshas again and again. And this is what Bhagavan said, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tatha dehantara prapti. So in asmin dehe, this dehi undergoes this kaumaram, yauvanam, jara, etc. And then tatha, in the same way, dehantara prapti, he gives up this body ultimately and picks up another body, and again this kaumaram, yauvanam, jara, etc. continues. So here, that's why Vidyaranya says, anekaihi vrutam. So the baby gradually grows, and even it grows well, definitely then sense organs also grow, develops initially in the womb itself, and then further grows also, and then start doing actions, etc. So that also has been told here. Pashyati, then now, that seed, you imagine, that seed now, basically, seed is not able to see. That's a dot of a male seed or something, is not able to see anything. But this now, which has converted into this body, Pashyati, begins to look around. Then Atti means it consumes initially mother's milk and later other things also. Shrunoti, it hears, the seed hears, and Jigrati smells, Gacchati begins to walk, Agacchati, well, definitely it comes back. Gaccha means to go, Agaccha means to come. So Gacchati, Agacchati. And so all these Gnanendriya activities and Karmendriya activities also develop slowly. Mind also develop. Initially with the child, once it comes out, a newborn, well, it knows only to sleep. Only sleep. Sometimes it laughs in a sleep. That's a different thing. But otherwise it just sleeps. But later its mind starts working, and you will find that a 2-year-old child has a ragadvesha also. And so earlier emotions are not there. It looks, later emotions are also come. And if there is another baby, because the child knows mother very well, and so recognizes mother. So if other baby, comes near to his mother, well, definitely this baby will push and will say, this is my mother, like that. This kind of a thing will be there. So expresses his ragadvesha, etc. Means the mind also is developing, and the Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, all are developing. All the complexes then develop. All complexes also, which is a very good gift to the human being. He's having lots of complexes. And that's how everyone is suffering. Human being suffers due to complex. That's called samsara. The other name of a samsara is a complexes. I am no good. So it's one complex. Or I am so good. I am the basically helpful to this people. Basically, I am the basis of this institution. I am the very basis of this institution. If I am not there, they think like that. If I am not there, what will happen to this institute? Such a kind of a thing also is there in the person's head. So anyway, these are all ideal situations for samsara. So all this, basically the limbs grow like sprouts. They grow and grow and grow. Like from the seed, the initial sprouts, you don't find much branches and leaves are not much. Later they become so, their growth is so much. It is going to come in the next verse. So we'll see that. So this is how it is. One dot of this human seed turns into a huge body, and with all the full grown limbs and everything, and so complex. It has come from that. Well, I will not accept it has come from that. Then there will be no greater fool than you, okay? There is no greater fool than you. It has come from that. We will be proving that. It has come from that. It is packed there. From there only everything comes. Then how it comes from that? Because it's just a small seed, one drop. How from there? How can it come? That is wonder. That's a wonder. This is a greater magic. There is no greater magic than the conception of a child, etc., and then later growth and everything. Okay. So this is a very mysterious nature of Maya. Why you brought this Maya? Yeah, this is what the manifestation of Maya only, right? This all thing, transformation of a seed into a body. Any transformation you have to assign to Maya. Brahman cannot have any kind of a transformation. Brahman has basically, he has to be as it is. And therefore, he has to be or he is as it is. And therefore, very existence of the transformation is Brahman. Existence of any transformation in all the steps is Brahman. If that is not there, where is transformation? So that is the basis. But what transforms is the Maya. And one dot into this complex body with the full grown limbs and everything. That is Maya. Mysterious nature of Maya. Verse 148. Dehavat vatadhanadau suvicharya vilokyatam kvadhana kutra va vrukshah tasman mayeti nishinu. Well, in the second line, after the word dhana, you will have to put a visarga. Well, you should be added because dhana means a seed actually, bijam. It's a feminine noun. It's a feminine word, and generally it is in a plural form, and therefore dhana is not a plural form. Dhanaha is a plural form, like Rama, Rame, Ramaha. Same way, dhana, dhane, dhanaha. So because it's a nitya bahuvachananta, like apaha, water. It's a feminine noun, apaha, and it is always bahuvachananta. It has only plural forms. Apaha, apaha, adbihi, adbyaha, adbyaha, apam, apsu. Only one column. Not other forms. Not singular column, not forms for a singular, not any form for the dual also. Only bahuvachan. Same way here. So we have to put here, but Swamiji, that visarga must have been elided. No. Afterwards a hard consonant. So visarga cannot be elided. So we have to put it. That's somehow it is a printing mistake. So Vidyaranya says, well, this is not only in the case of a human being, the same wonder. You can see the formation of an animal in the formation of an ant or in the formation of even a plant also. Now he is giving an example of a plant, that what we talked about the human body, formation from the human seed is a wonder. Same way, this also is a wonder, that from a seed, how the whole tree comes out is a mystery. So they have exactly like a body of a human being. Vatadhana, though, in the case of a seed of a banyan tree, vata means a banyan tree. So vatadhana, dhana means that seed. So in the case of a seed of a banyan tree, vilokyatam, may you see. Vilokyatam means may you see. You can see this wonder. May you see the wonder. May you see the Maya there also. May you see that Maya in the transformation itself. So you experience the why, but Swamiji, why Maya all the time? Because we have forgotten, we have in fact lost the track, Swamiji. Why you call this transformation of seed, a small seed? I have seen this, a seed of a banyan tree, very small, and from very small seed, and like in Gujarati they call khaskhas, khaskhas, I don't know what is it called in English, I forgot. Anyway, like that. From there, the biggest tree comes out.
Poppy seed.
Huh?
Poppy seed.
Poppy seeds. Yeah, very good. Thank you. Poppy seeds, correct. So basically, it's very small. And from there, the biggest tree comes out. Such a big tree. Banyan tree in Gujarat, there is one banyan tree. Ayyo. You can see from kilometers away. And you can't find the main trunk now. Such a huge tree, one tree. It has spread into several, it has covered a big area, so big, and the seed is there. Swamiji, it cannot come from that seed. I told you once again, don't answer that way. The Vidyaranya is going to prove the foolishness of the person who says that the tree has not come from that seed. It has come from that seed only. Total seed is packed into this. And therefore it is wonder. Such a small seed which you can't even see, from there such a big, so big tree comes out. Okay, but why are you calling Maya, Maya, Maya? That's a wonder anyway, but why we call Maya? Where our definition of Maya fits into? It fits into. I told you one definition which you should have brought to my notice, which I gave you yesterday. And that is what you can experience but cannot explain is Maya. So you experience that it has come out from that, but you cannot explain how it came out. That's Maya. That's wonder. Any wonder is like this. You can see, experience, etc. But you cannot explain. Okay? And therefore, so well, anyway, at least in the case of a human being, from that small dot, the only human being is born, whose size is very limited, 5 feet 8 inches or 6 feet, etc. And if you compare with this tree, then you find that a seed is very small, and out of that, from that, basically a very huge tree with the primary roots and secondary roots and tertiary roots, and comes out, and it covers the large area, and the seed is very small. All of them are basically packed in that one seed anyway. And what is not there cannot come, because therefore vilokyatam, basically may you basically appreciate this, may you see this. Suvicharya vilokyatam. Suvicharya means after thorough examination or analysis, you can make even a logical analysis also, which we actually, this kind of analysis comes. What here Vidyaranya says, that comes in a very, very elaborate way. It comes in a Mandukya Karika, and by raising a question, well, definitely in Mandukya Karika, Gaudapada Acharyaji answers whether that an existent tree emerges or the non-existent tree emerges. Existent tree emerges from the seed, or non-existent tree emerges from the seed. General answer is a non-existent tree, because such a big tree, how can it be there in the seed, etc., etc. And then, then existent tree comes out from the seed. This is a contribution of Mandukya Karika. This is my answer. Existent tree which is there, comes out. If it existent tree is, the tree is existent in the seed, then why it has to come to the manifestation? Because basically you say existent tree. Two things are there. Is in a seed, two things. Either tree is existent or tree is non-existent. If tree is existent, then right now also you say existent tree. In seed also existent tree. Then why existent tree should come out? Existent tree need not become existent. And non-existent tree cannot come out. Cannot become existent. So existent tree becomes existent, and non-existent tree become existent. And Gaudapada Acharyaji says both are wrong. Existent tree need not become existent, because it is already existent. And non-existent tree cannot become existent. It cannot become existent. And therefore, this is in Mandukya Karika. This is a very detailed, it has been told there. And so what emerges basically is Maya. Okay, now, so we understood. The Jagat I told you is basically, it's just an emergence of Maya. When this all manifestation goes back to the unmanifest state, that is Maya. And then when the Maya manifests into this world, so emerges into this, we call it Jagat. So basically it is Maya only. Clear? Is it clear? Existent tree need not become existent. If you say tree is basically existent in the seed, then it need not become existent. And if you say tree is non-existent in a seed, then non-existent tree cannot become existent. And therefore, that is how the answer is. So Satkaryavada will not work, Asatkaryavada will not work. Satkaryavada means Sankhyas, etc., which we call as a Parinamavada, etc. Asatkaryavada is Nayayikas, etc. That is called Arambhavada, etc. will not work. Sangatavada of Buddhism also will not work. And so no theory of creation will explain the arrival of a tree. No, basically. So suvichara means having thoroughly made an examination. Vilokyata, may you see. Kvadhanaha, where is the seed? Where is the seed? Where is the seed means that is how the small seed is. If we say, where, what a small seed it is and what a tree which came out. Like that it wants to convey. So Kvadhana, oh, where is that seed? Means the seed is very, very small. And Kutrava Vruksha, where is the tree? Means this, the tree is where it is so large. So you are not able to connect the cause and the effect. That's what it wants to say. So, and that is how it is. It happens to certain families also. Basically certain children are endowed with certain extraordinary talent, and you feel how the cause, the parents, you don't find anything. Like the best example is a Prahlada. Prahlada is born of Hiranyakashipu. The cause is a Hiranyakashipu, effect is this Prahlada. How it, so cause-effect relation, this cause-effect relationship, is a really mockery. It works with a certain parameter. Really, in Mandukya it has been proven there is nothing called cause and nothing called effect. There is nothing called cause and nothing called effect. This is just a temporary arrangement. We label, we brand something as a cause. What you say cause turns out to be effect. What you say effect turns out to be cause of something else. And that is how the things are, and therefore there is no cause as such. There is no cause as such, ideally speaking. There is no effect also. Anyway, so Gaudapada ji, talks about some another possibility itself. And one minute, Swamiji. You said you gave a Prahlada's example, that from Hiranyakashipu Prahlada came. Well, the cause is of a one type, and in fact the Prahlada is of a different type. And therefore, it is, you are right, that, cause effect has no match at all, etc. You are giving an example for that seed and the tree. Seed is so small, and the effect, the tree is very, very large, etc. Well, I understood. But I remember you all the time were talking about these karmas. So Prahlada was born because of karma. Why don't you count this thing into discussion? You should basically touch that topic. Well, I'm not going to touch, okay? Karma, etc. also, Purva karma, etc. Why can't this karma explain the creation? Gaudapada Acharya analyzed, and if it happens, we may study in Mandukya Garika also. Whole thing has been thoroughly negated by Gaudapada Acharya's karma business also, etc. And so this is all Paramartha, and therefore don't think, what happened to this Swami? Oh, this karma is there, body is there, Janma is there. This is Gaudapada. Na nirodho na chotpattihi, na baddho na cha sadakah, etc. Na mumukshuhu na vai muktaha ityesha paramarthata. This is the final truth, that na nirodha na cha utpatti. There is no creation, there is no resolution. Na pralaya, nirodha means pralaya. Na nirodho na cha utpatti. Na baddha. No one is bound. Na baddho na cha sadaka. There is no sadaka, there is no seeker at all. Na mumukshu. There is no person who wants moksha also. Are you? What is the thing you are speaking? Na mumukshu navai muktaha. No, there is no gnani who is liberated. There is no gnani who is liberated. Ityesha paramarthata. This is the reality. So from that standpoint, okay, this karma's business also has gone. Karma is there when the karta is there. Where is karta? Oh, karta is there. Swamiji, jiva is a karta. Where is jiva? No, jiva is there who came into the creation. Where is creation? Over. Where is creation? Oh, there is a creation. Maya. Means I am questioning you. I am not questioning your opinions. Honestly speaking, I am questioning you, the questioner. And so this is not our answer. Maya is not answer. Maya suggests, check, is there creation or not? If you say Then you find answer that there is a creation level, come back to me, then I will answer that there is a creation, Jiva is created, etc. This, and he has according to his karma, and then for this and that, and he will have a janma, and then resolution will be there, creation again will come, and all this, and there is a creator, Ishvara, and everything. But first check, is there a creation? Yeah, there is real creation, Sat. Do you think there is a real creation? Yeah, I see. Then what Shastra says is that there is no creation. What do you think? Well, I think, Shastra also we will have to take it, because this is ultimately Apaurushaya. The cause of creation and etc. has to be, we'll have to look into that Apaurushaya Pramana, because no human being is basically is a Pramana. No human being's statement, including scientist statement, can be taken as a valid statement so far as the cause of creation is concerned. Why? Just check with the scientist. Please don't ask me. Go to the scientific circle and ask them, what is the cause of the creation? And 10 scientists will give you 10 theories. Okay? Means what? This is how it is. This all is Maya. Please understand. This all is Maya. That it is just a wonder. You are able to experience the creation, but you are not able to arrive at that there is real creation. If there is a real creation, they would come down to one theory that, this is how the creation has come. And those 10 theories will go, and another 15 theories will come. I'm sure that their minds are fertile. Fantastic mind scientists have. They will find some other thing. And ultimately it's a theory, because no scientist is a witness to the creation. No scientist is a witness to the creation. Everyone comes after the creation, emerges. So then, you should be witness to the whole process of creation. And in absence of that, you will have a theory, assumptions, based on certain data. But then Shastra's data also you have to take into account. Then, so please don't say. Analyze my word Maya. Maya means, check, is there a creation? First. Or, is there a real creation? First. Or existent creation? Or is there a non-existent creation? Is there a non-existent creation? No. Or is there existent, non-existent creation? What do you think? You cannot fit this world, which is perceptible, which is experienced, you cannot put into either of the three. And then that is how Sadasat Vilakshanam, etc., distinct from existent, non-existent, etc. So that is how it is. So this all is Maya. And then, so whatever we discuss in this certain instances or certain incidents in the creation, we are discussing Maya only. What is a Maya? This is what the wonder is. Any incident, any ghatana, basically it's just a wonder. And we have taken a creation of a baby from a human seed, or from a seed of a tree, etc. This is called Hetu Phala discussion, Karana Karya discussion, basically, which he has thoroughly abolished. Gaudapada Acharya. Hetu Phala discussion basically he has put it into the category of a samsara and abolished. So basically, karma also cannot explain. Gaudapada Acharya asked that question. Tell me whether the karma came from the body or body came from the karma. Okay. That's all. I'm not going to discussion. I'm going to that discussion. He asked that. When that fellow said, karma can explain. Prahlada's karma were such so that he is born to that cause called Hiranyakashipu. I'm sorry. Hiranyakashipu. Brahmaji will kill me otherwise. So basically, anyway, so what has come from what? Tell us. From karma, body has come, or due to body, karma is possible. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So we saw that innumerable, logical fallacies in that also. And we'll see if we study Mandukya. And therefore, Gaudapada Acharya says, no creation. That's all. What you are seeing is a non-existent creation. Don't say that. From tomorrow, I'm not going to attend the class. Yeah. Start. Start from the most intimate experience. Start. Non-existent sunrise you are experiencing every day. Tell me no now, please. Even a scientist cannot deny. He only has said there is no non-existent sky blue, blue sky. Non-existent blue sky is experienced every day. Non-existent twinkle stars are experienced every day as twinkle stars. Clear magic. Clear magic. It's not possible how an elephant can enter into the hall. But it entered, I saw. It entered. It came, went to the stage and did this, what, I don't know. And with that it strung. It did like this. And just vanished. Not a single door was open and I don't know where it has gone. Everyone was screaming because it went from that lane where the chairs are put in. Then between there is a lane, It went from there. I experience, everyone experience. If I have experience, you say, Swamiji, it is your projection. All got up. Yeah. Non-existent thing is experienced. That's a wonder. And therefore, so, kutrava vrukshaha tasma, therefore everywhere it's Maya. So the creation of tree also is a Maya. Nishchino, may you ascertain that. With the help of Vedanta and the teacher of Vedanta, well, definitely may you ascertain this. Okay, let's go further. Nirukta vavimanam ye dadate tarkikadayah harshamishradibhistetu khandanadau sushikshitah. So here Gaudapadacharya says, well, that no doubt there are several systems of philosophy which claim to explain the creation logically. Only we, these Advaitins, talk about this illogicality, and that's how and to express that illogicality, we have a word called Maya. And there are many systems, in both Astikas and Nastikas, etc., and Buddhism, Jainism, etc., all these are Nastika systems. And our Nayayikas and Vaisheshikas and Sankhyas, Yogas, etc., or Purvamamsaka, Vedantis, all we are Astikas. So this Jainism, Buddhism and etc., and that Buddhism has a Sangatavada, I told you. Sankhyas have a Satkaryavada, Nayayikas have a Asatkaryavada for the creation, And this Satkaryavada alone is called Parinamavada. Sometimes you come across a word called Parinamavada. It is nothing but a Sankhya's Satkaryavada. Satkaryavada means Karya means effect, which is Sat, which is present. Where? In the cause. That's called Satkaryavada. Asatkaryavada means the Karya, the effect, is not present in the cause. Means a creation really begins. There it is said, the Sankhya says that creation, basically the effect, creation, is present in the cause. It only manifests. So that's how from unmanifestation to the manifestation parinama. That's how they say. Could you follow? So that's how Satkaryavada of a Sankhya. Yoga will definitely follow them. Yogas do not have their own philosophy regarding this. They have a practice, basically Ashtanga Yoga. But what I'm saying is, Sankhya Yogas, etc., there are certain differences. Sankhyas are basically Nirishvara. And there are Seshwar Sankhya also. But yoga people will believe in Ishvara. Anyway, details we will not see here. But what I am saying is, Sankhya says Satkaryavada, means the creation is there, effect is there in the cause. It only manifests, that is called Parinama. And Asatkaryavada means the creation, the effect is not there in the cause. So creation really begins. Really begins. The creation was non-existent in the cause and now it really begins. So that's called Arambhavada. Arambha, beginning. That's the beginning. So Parinamavada, Arambhavada, Sangatavada, many theories are there which claim to logically explain that the creation, etc. And when they are basically proposing this logical explanation, this Purupakshi says you should accept. He tells to Vedantin that you are very arrogant. You are trying to abolish everyone. This is not fair. All people are trying to explain logically, right? And therefore, why don't you accept that? Why are you bringing in Maya all the time? Whenever any any Vadi will come near Vedanta and starts discussion on creation, and he utters only one word, Vedanta, and that is Maya. And therefore, well, it is very disturbing, he says. It is very disturbing. You are really irritating person. Because sometimes when person does not answer or answer in a very weird way, then we feel he's a very irritating, right? And therefore Vidyananda says, well, we have considered these theories and we have found all that they are all full of illogicality, and all our acharyas have spent lot of time analyzing each of this basically creation minutely, and that's how we are not arrogant. We know that logical fallacies in each of the theory. It may be Arambhavada, or it may be a Satkaryavada, when that is our Parinamavada, or a Sangatvada of Buddhism, Astikas, Nastikas, anyone. We have thoroughly analyzed them, and we have found full of logical fallacies, and that is how we are saying, and Shastra says also that there is no creation at all, etc. There are thousands and thousands of statements. Upanishads are full of them, and don't think that there is no creation. There is something else, which is the truth of the thing, and which is the truth of you also. Truth of Jiva, truth of Ishvara, and truth of Jagat is one alone. There we want to point out to that. And you are just holding on to the creation as a reality, etc., which is not the thing. Anyway, that's how we say Maya, etc. So in Brahma Sutras, if you want to study further in this all, how all these Vadas, Sangata Vada and Parinama Vada, etc., and our Arambhavada, they are all basically negated in second chapter of Brahma Sutra, in the second pada. Very beautiful discussion is there. Vyasacharya has exclusively devoted to this theory of Parinamavada of a Sankhya, Arambhavada of a Nayayika, Sangatavada of a Buddha. He discusses there and refuted also. Vyasacharya has brought in Sutra, but that's a basically job of a Bhashyakara. You will find in Bhashya, in a sutra, we can't understand anything. It's a just one line sutra with a 3-4 words. Well, but that sutra it's like a bomb, and Bhashyakara sees so many things in that Vyasacharya's sutras, and he, in the commentary, he talks about these Vadas also and the refutation of the Vadas also. How logical. See, the second chapter of the Brahma Sutra is basically refuting all philosophies based on just logic, which is very unique approach. Vedanta will not do that job, never. Vedanta will always puts forth a Vedic statement, Upanishad statement, and does some reasoning based on that and refutes. But second chapter, and that too the second pada of a second chapter, exclusively all the arguments against all the philosophers are based on just logic. Bhashyakara does not quote a single Upanishad statement, because ultimately people, they will say, well, we don't accept your Upanishad. Then what to do? Like Buddhas will not accept. They will not accept Veda. So based on our Veda says that this is how it is, creation is mithya. He says, I don't believe in Veda. Then how will you argue with them? And therefore, basically, second chapter of the second chapter, second pada, in fact, entire second chapter, but let's say second pada heavily refutes all these Vadas of different philosophers regarding creation have been discussed there. Bhashyakara says what they say and then refutes them also. And so that's how Vidyaranya says, if you are, this is discussed there, it is in Prasthanatrayi, so you study there. No, but I want to study something else. You say what I should study. Okay, then we'll tell something to them. See what it says here, Niruktau Abhimanam ye dadate tarkikadaya harshamishra vihite tu khandanado susikshitaha. I think somebody is... he says here, there are, in Vedanta, there are some Siddhi Granthas. And the job of a Siddhi Grantha is like Nishkarma Siddhi, right now what we study, that's in Gujarati of course. There are some Siddhi Granthas which are advanced Vedanta text. And one is a Brahma Siddhi, all Siddhi Grantha. I will tell you what is the job, what is the purpose of this Siddhi. Brahma Siddhi, that's a great Vedantic text, but advanced, definitely. And then Ishta Siddhi is there, then Naishkarma Siddhi is there, then Advaita Siddhi is there. All these are very advanced granthas, and those granthas basically takes lot of efforts in analyzing the other systems of philosophy, and of course we are confining to our teaching, but in the advanced textbook they analyze the other theories also, and basically this Siddhi Granthas establishes the Advaita principle, and by refuting other Vadas. And those Vadas are also discussed elaborately first. And then they are refuted not by taking resort to a Shruti statement. They are refuted with the help of a reasoning, the reasoning. And so the one who wants to study this Siddhi Grantha, he should be well versed with the Shastra also, and he should be well versed with the logic also. And therefore, we generally in our Sampradaya, you won't find Pujya Swamiji talking about any Siddhi Grantha. In fact, Pujya Swamiji has not taken even Naishkarma Siddhi also. If so far as I know, Swamiji has not touched even Naishkarma Siddhi. So it's a Sureshwaracharya's book. But Swamiji used to believe that they are called Prauda Granthas. Prauda Grantha is advanced text. And advanced texts are studied by the Praudas only, who are very, very, well versed with the Shastra also, our Advaita Shastra, Vedanta also, and also well versed in Tarka also, and the language of Tarka and everything. It is a very, very tough thing. Pujya Swami used to believe that, we should not touch this Tarka at all. And so anyway, so basically, of course, Brahma Sutra I talked about that in second chapter, second Pada is analyzing all other theories of creation, and but other than that, the Siddhi Granthas also are there. But why are you mentioning Siddhi Grantha? Because Vidyaranya has mentioned something which I am going to talk about. So Vidyaranya Swami says, if you want to know the deficiency of other theories of creation, then you should basically study. You should read this kind of books, Siddhi Granthas. You should study on your own. So he says, Tarkika Adayaha, the other philosophers like Tarkika. Tarkika means, let's consider here Nayayikas and Vaisheshikas and Adi, Tarkika, Adi Padat, etc. So means Sankhya Yoga, etc. So all this Tarkika Dayaha, and and what are their Vadas? I have already told you also, Asatkarya Vada, Satkarya Vada, Sanghata Vada, etc. All these Vadas are there, and they appear very logically sound, because Tarkika Daya, based on Tarka only, they have given all these theories of creation. So Niruktau Abhimanam Dadate, Tarkika Dayaha Niruktau Abhimanam Dadate. They heavily identify, or they have a lot of trust in reasoning, basically. So basically they consider this, depending upon the Shastra, Pramana is inferior. One should not heavily depend upon Shastra for this, for understanding, analyzing creation, etc. We should have our own reasoning as a final valid Pramana, etc. So they don't want to put total trust in Shastra. They keep Shastra aside and put full trust on reasoning. So that's how Nirukta Abhimanam Dadate. So they learn that through reasoning, basically we will, define everything clearly. So Nirukti means basically a logical reasoning, logical definition, you can say, and Niruktau. So that's a Saptami. So in logical reasoning, but in logical reasoning what? Abhimanam Dadate, they place their confidence, their trust with a hope that, logically they will be able to explain the creation, cause of creation and purpose of creation and all this. We have to include everything. So they have that hope that they will be able to explain logically everything. Therefore, they put the trust. Abhimanam is here trust, confidence. And Nirukta, in logical reasoning, they have a lot of trust. They don't have that much trust in Shastra. So they keep aside Shastra. They refer to Shastra, but for confirmation of their own opinions, which they have arrived at through reasoning. For the confirmation, they look into the Shastra, certain statements, well, and they take that much support, but they don't heavily depend on Shastra. So, Abhimanam here is a trust or confidence. And so, well, that is how they are called Tarkika, because they heavily depend upon Tarka or reasoning. We are called Vaidika, they are called Tarkikas, basically. We depend upon Veda, finally, to get an answer for this creation, analysis of that, basically, creation, whether creation is there or not, and then question of cause, etc. So, we are called Vaidika and they are called Tarkika, so we feel, oh, we must be very inferior in Tarka. We are very expert in Tarka. In fact, we are greater experts in Tarka because we know the limitations of Tarka. And therefore, we are better expert. We are experts in Tarka because we know the limitations of Tarka. They are sufficiently expert, but not totally, because they don't know the limitations of Tarka, logical reasoning. And that's how they are saying Tarka can explain everything. That itself proves that they don't know really Tarka. In fact, we logically prove that the logic is not the final answer to arrive at all this analysis. To arrive at the nature of creation, etc. And even Shastra says that. In Kathopanishad, very beautifully, Madhvaramaja has said, Naisha tarkena matihi apaneya. Esha matihi, this knowledge, Atmajnanam, na apaneya. You will not be able to gain tarkena, by logic. And in Brahma Sutra also, there is a Tarkasya Pratishana, there is a sutra also, where heavily this, Bhashyakara also discusses that through Tarka, through logic, well, you cannot arrive at the nature of creation, basically. Nature of Atma also, you can say, basically. But Swamiji, what is the answer for that? I have already told you. And if time permits, well, I will tell you. Swamiji, I think you have forgotten something. I have not forgotten. But I have already told you before few classes only why Tarka cannot prove the nature of Atma. Why Tarka? What Veda discusses, there Tarka has no scope. That's what I want to say. And I have given you the reasoning also. Anyway, Dadate means they place. So, Abhimanam Dadate, they place their confidence into Tarka, logical reasoning, etc. Anyway, well, so we'll discuss some more things here. One particular Acharya's name has been mentioned, and one particular Siddhi Grantha, Proud Grantha also has been mentioned, which I will talk to you tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.